woman was fatally shot by a New York homeowner after she went up to the wrong driveway.
It wasn't a racial thing.
A 20-year-old woman, they might as well say white woman because everybody make everything racial.
Yeah.
A 20-year-old woman was shot and killed by a homeowner in upstate New York on Saturday after the car she was in accidentally went to the wrong address. Local authorities said on Monday. Kaylin Gillis and 3 of her friends were trying to find another friend's house when they mistakenly pulled up to the house owned by Kevin Monahan, according to Sheriff Jeff J. Murphy. They quickly realized
their mistake
and were turning the car around.
How many times have we done that?
When the Mohan man stepped onto his porch and fired 2 shots.
I'm thinking down in the South when you got that big long land.
This is New York.
No. Get off my land. Get off my land. And the person hurry up and turn the car around and leave.
One of which struck Gillis. Short on cell phone signal.
Yeah, they didn't have a signal out there.
Her friends drove 5 miles to the town of Salem to call 911.
She probably would have lived if it wasn't.
And I bet you she bled out. I don't know how many times I keep telling y'all, stop the bleeding.
Well, how do you do that if it's in the head?
You still got to try to stop it. I mean, you can still die. I'm just saying that. Okay. Just try.
Okay.
Emergency responders performed CPR on Gillis, but she was pronounced dead on the scene. Monahan, whatever his name, Monahan has been charged with murder in the 2nd degree and remains in custody at Warren County Jail.
They waste no time taking him in.
The sheriff said it's unclear whether he has retained an attorney. It was initially he was initially uncooperative with investigators.
Yeah, they had trouble getting him out the house.
Refusing for several hours to exit his residence or answer questions. Murphy summed the case as very sad incident involving an innocent young woman.
So this is not
this thing, she didn't even come up to his door.
This is not even a racial thing. So we go back to what you said earlier.
Yesterday.
We're coming into a country as the Wild Wild West.
That's it.
We're going back to the cowboy days where they come out. Get off my land. First one's pull their gun out to shoot. It's the first one to get shot.
Yep.
You shoot everybody and everybody go for cover.
But remember I
feel like we're the Wild Wild West now.
Remember I said yesterday I want to hear more about the story with the 16-year-old and about what happened. Mm-hmm. Because yes, on face value, we can say racial. But does this man have a history of just shooting at everybody? This guy, it wasn't racial, and he's a nut job. So the other guy could be a nut job too.
Well, that goes back to what they've been trying to figure out with the whole gun law thing. All these people, we're not talking about drive-bys and gang-related stuff. This is a whole different group of people who carry guns, probably are approved to carry guns.
But what happens here?
How do you monitor a person's mindset, whether it's racism, whether it's mental illness? It could be anything where they legally have those armed guns in their home. They have got them, obtained them the right way. They've had them for a long time. You can't monitor somebody's actions like that.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can. That's why
because when she drove up in his driveway and then turned around and said, "Oh, we got the wrong house." There's nothing you could do. How many of us have driven and said, "Oh, this is the wrong house," and then turned around
and think about it?
We don't think somebody's gonna come out and shoot us.
This is sad to say. You almost understand if the girls were black. You almost would understand his motive because of the prejudice and the racism in our country. Racist. But the girl was white.
Well, that's what I said with the 16-year-old. So here we go.
So that's mental with him.
Wendy says, I sent you the article with the man that shot the boy. He shot him through the door. Yeah, we saw that. He never opened the door. The police said it had racial contentions. They don't know.
Yeah.
And then Wendy said they said it had racial components. They don't know. They assume it does because of the fact that he was black. Until I hear the story, we all going on the fact that it was a black boy
and
who showed up to an 80-something-year-old white man's house,
right,
and knocked on the door, and he shot through the door. He didn't even open the door. He saw who it was, and he shot him. Do I believe 99.99% that it was racial? Yes.
Yeah.
Until I hear the story, I don't know.
And what made,
because this guy wasn't racial.
They talked about it today. Each situation can be different.
Each situation is different. And then
it can all be mental something.
He could be crazy.
It could be a mental breakdown. And we all know in the spirit realm what the deal is.
Yes.
You know, we don't even need to go there. That's a whole different. But Whoopi was even saying on The View today, okay, I get it, the first one. But when he shot him again,
that's the part.
That's what she went.
Now that's the part. That's the part where I feel like the police feel like it was a racial component.
The second time,
because the first time you shoot somebody, you can say, "Oh, I was scared. I
didn't know what he was going to do." Yeah.
But if I open the door and then I shoot you, I'm looking at you and I shoot you again,
you're down already.
That means it could be because you're black.
Yeah.
I don't like black people.
Oh, that
literally,
hurts.
That's why I shot you.
Hurts.
So that's why I said 99, I believe, 0.9% that it was racial.
Yeah.
But the boy is alive, thank God.
Right.
And I still want to hear him. I want to hear what he said. Did he say anything through the door?
Yeah.
Did he say, "Get off my land, you blank N-word"?
Right.
What happened?
In exchange at all?
Did he not say anything? A bullet just came at you?
Right.
Something. Did he say, "Get out of here"?
Right.
Or something. So I just want to, if he can say
in this situation, because they struggled getting the man out, what happened with him?
He's a nut job.
Well, I'm just saying, even as a nut job.
Now, how come nobody?
Did he have a situation that happened that day, or wife died, or daughter was raped? Well, I don't know.
How come nobody
that made him just come out and go boom, 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 boom?
How come nobody said maybe he don't like women? Could be a woman hater.
Well, nobody thinks about that.
See,
but the thing that makes us go, oh, we got to really pay attention to people that carry their guns and their weapons.
Yeah.
Is that she was a white girl too.
Right.
So she shouldn't have been a threat to him.
So Wendy says, you have to see the article I sent you. Yesterday, we wondered if he opened the door. He never did. He shot him through the door. Correct. We have more information now. Wendy says, not this guy, the guy who shot the boy at the article I sent. And look at the article. Okay. All right, so we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
And it's kind of sad because now we're becoming immune to this. Which boy?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that was living in Kansas. Oh, okay. Oh no, the one that got shot in
which one y'all talking about?
Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh no, not that one. The one that is 7 and it was in Atlanta.
It's too much.
That's sad.
Is it going to be something tomorrow? That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to even talk about this.
Right. It's going to overshadow these stories.
A group of Girl Scout was going to each door and then somebody, it's going to be something.
Somebody shot the box of cookies and hit the one girl in the...
Yeah. There's always something.
Okay.
M. Perk said, Wendy said it's too much. M. Perk said, if you always look for racism, you will always find it, even if it's not there. Yeah. The guy in New York wasn't racial, but if the girls had been black, it would have been racial. Exactly.
Right.
Remember the mass shooting. That's what we just said. Mm-hmm. If those were black girls in the car, automatically it'd be picketing and people would be saying,
what y'all doing on my land?
He came out and shot those girls because they was black.
You're troublemakers. Y'all trying to do
And I'm not saying that that's not true, because they do that. But what I'm saying is, I want to know who this person is.
Yeah.
I want to know the history of this person. Does this person have a racist background?
Well, I'm thinking with this guy, for some reason, we'll find out more about him. But I want to say with this gentleman in New York, he had a problem with mental illness. So think about this. Anybody in that car,
and Wendy says
he would have shot at.
Wendy says usually it is there. That's what I just said, Wendy. I agree. Most of the time, I agree.
In this case,
but you even went. But here's the thing:
you went to the thing of women.
Here's the thing: I once heard somebody say this, because it was a white person who said, "Y'all always got to put race and stuff. Always, always, always." And I once heard a black person reply and said, "That's true what you're saying, but isn't it sad that I have to? That it happens so often that like if somebody following you around the store, are you following me around the store because I look suspicious, or are you following me around the store because I'm Black? It's sad that we, as Black people in this country,
we ask that question.
We have to think like that, even though I know that a lot of white people say y'all shouldn't think like that all the time, but you have to, because you don't know. Now, here's the thing. What I said, even with the 16-year-old, it doesn't matter whether he shot him because he's Black or not. You don't shoot people for knocking on your door.
Thank you. Anybody.
Even if it was a white boy who came up and shot, and he shot him, why are you shooting people?
Through the doors.
If you follow people around the store, do you follow everybody around the store? If that's your thing of following people around the store, that's fine. But don't follow every Black person that comes into the store. That's all I'm saying.
And that was one of the things that Sunny said on The View today. She said everybody's always getting on her about the race, the thing. She always throwing out the race card. She said today with that story with the young boy, that's every parent's nightmare.
Yeah.
You try to prepare your boys, your girls.
How you going to prepare them for that?
Well, that's what she's saying. She went into detail on you can only do so much, baby, when they pull you over, make sure your hands are up. They see everything. Baby, don't back talk them. Baby, don't get out and run. I mean, you try to prepare them, and it's unfortunate that a Black mom or parents of Black children have to say this. But she said this is a nightmare.
But that's
where all you can do, and their presence is causing them harm.
And that's no different than, I'll use another analogy, as being a woman. You don't know. Are people treating you different because you're a woman? Or are they treating you different because that's just how they treat everybody? Is this man talking down to me because I'm a woman? Or is that how he talks to everybody?
But you know what?
But to be a woman, you say you have to think like that because it happens so often.
And the one great thing about all of us who are believers, Christian believers, and our faith is because you even asked, is that is the enemy using them because of the Jesus in me too?
You don't know.
You don't know. So I'm so grateful for in those situations, because God had to deal with me in my closet. And I know we had family members that God dealt with, dang, they just so racist. I got to deal with them on my job. Holy Spirit says, continue to pray and believe me and love them.
Right.
Love them, love them, love them. That'll cover that messiness in their hearts. So I'm grateful that those of us who have a Holy Spirit that gives us direction and clarity, that can give us peace about something, even if it is racism.
Right. It don't
even
matter,
if it is the enemy coming at us.
Whatever it is.
How should I respond?
Remember
Lord?
that one pastor said, how do you know if you being tested by God or if you being...
There's three things.
What is
you're reaping what you're sowing.
If you're reaping what you're sowing, if you're being tested by God, or if you're being attacked by the enemy. And he said, that's something you got to find out about God.
He said it don't matter.
Regardless of it is how you
respond to
That's
it.
That's it.
How you respond to it.
So whether the person is racist or they just a mean old or nasty
planted
dog,
a seed and is kicking you in your butt again,
you ain't going to talk to me any kind of way.
And you show love still.
Whether you don't like women, whether you like women, whether you don't like fat people, whether you like fat people, whatever it is, you're going to treat me the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
So that's the bottom line.
And she and I, it's so funny because Kim was saying how we both handle things differently sometimes. But when it all boils down to the Holy Spirit directing us, then you know that's God. Because you're saying normally
I would cuss
her out and kick her, whatever.
Exactly.
It has to be the Holy Spirit because he said, don't do that.
Right.
Just smile and love him.
So like I said, with everything that's going on, there's always something going on.
This man in New York, he in a whole different ball game.
All right, so let's see what's going on here.
So you going back and forth seeing their comments?
Let me see. Let's go up. Wendy says is usually there. M. Perk said Las Vegas at a country concert. He first he cased a rap concert. That remember that guy that was shooting in Vegas. Wendy says it's systematic and coming back strong. It's Black people suffer from post-traumatic stress syndrome. And yes, it could have been an Uber driver. Yeah, I heard about the Black people having post-traumatic stress syndrome, and people were saying that was kind of silly, but I believe in that. I believe that because things can happen so much, you paranoid. Yeah. It's like, you don't like me, what's going on? Because I'm Black? And there's a reason why they have that syndrome, because things have happened.
You know, when I was driving today,
you don't just pull it out of your butt.
I went to drive to drop my taxes off because this tax day is due. Taxes are due. For some reason, what kept in my spirit was fear.
God is not giving us a spirit of fear.
People are bound by fear.
Yeah, you can't be afraid.
Fear of our government.
Yeah.
Fear of another race.
Of everything.
Fear of losing your job.
You can't live in fear
of the COVID.
Yeah.
People, and you notice fear it's got people grabbed. It's like it's a stronghold on fear.
People afraid.
The man shooting a boy, fear.
And
this one,
right.
fear. Yeah. It's fear. We're holding on to fear of dying, fear of getting sick, fear of people like Trump getting in office, fear of all kinds of craziness. And I'm like, wow, Lord. And He has not given us believers that spirit of fear. False evidence appearing real. So it's just unfortunate that came to me when I was driving to drop my taxes off.
Sammy Wallace says, I'm here. Y'all never content for men. I troll y'all from time to time. No man loving y'all's posts. What's up? Y'all hate black men. I'm going to need a love for black men post. All right, we'll give y'all some love. We'll say nice things about black men, don't we? I don't know. Yeah, we do. We just did a whole thing yesterday, Sammy. About Little Dirt.
Yeah.
We do nice stuff on black men.
So, yeah.
But we talk about everybody.
You're talking to you, and in fact, for you to make that comment, you talking to the wrong women.
He said
that's what we prefer.
Trolling. It don't matter. Yeah. Trolling, that's what 50 Cent doing stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just kept going in and out and
they just troll you and say stuff to get you all hyped up and mad and stuff.
Okay.
Wendy says, yes, it could have been an Uber driver. Yes, you're in the edge yesterday before you did a sad story. You made a sigh. You said, post-traumatic stress. Oh, it sounds paranoid. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Moving on. Bud Light. Emerald says, we have mad love for black men, our brothers. That's right.
Yes.
We love y'all.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Donald Trump. Well, we could do a special show on y'all. We don't show y'all enough love. But y'all need to start showing